So apparently Ironmouse had some sort of issue with them using AI in the development of a video game of some sort. Maybe she was told that AI wasn't used at all, but it turns out that it was. I'm not really sure the story behind it, but Hirohei is going to fill us in on the details here so we can learn about that together. If I'm to be completely brutally honest, I actually saw that Nuxtaku did a video reacting to this Hirohei video, and I'm like, I want to watch that, but I should probably go and record a reaction to the Hirohei video first and then go watch Nux's. So as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to rush over and watch Nux's video, and I'm curious to see how our views differ, or how we pick up on different things. Anyways, real quick before you get started, if you like what I'm doing here and you like my content, please give me a like and a subscribe, as well as check me out over on Rumble and on X. All of the links to my socials are in the description down below, and let's get going.
English VTuber Ironmouse, as well as a number of English voice actors, are currently in the middle of a bit of a controversy with this new game NTE, or Neverness to Everness.
NTE, I am not familiar with that at all, to be honest. I don't think I've ever heard of Neverness to Everness. It's an odd name, but...
including notorious English VA Kaylee Mills. That's right, English...
Oh, I don't know this person, but tell me it's an English VA, and... you know, there's a stereotype for a reason.
VA Kaylee Mills, one of the most hated English VAs out there. Many people call her a liar, a doxer, a harasser. All of that in relation to Kaylee's involvement with the massively failed Genshin Impact strike from SAG-AFTRA VAs back in 2025, and what she did to her fellow VA Jacob Takanashi. Let's get the context for this one. It all starts with Ironmouse in a post from May 5th, which reads... Ironmouse has dropped her Neverness to Everness sponsorship after finding out that the developers lied to her ad agency about not using generative AI in the game. Clip being 1 minute long, let's take a look.
If that's true, if they lied to her about it, then that's pretty messed up, honestly. Like, they shouldn't be lying about it. If they used generative AI, just say you use generative AI, that's fine. There really is no reason why they should be lying about it. But if she did know, and I don't know, did she actually know, and she's just trying to cover for herself? Because she knows people dislike AI right now. I don't know. Let's see what she has to say.
And they had told my people that there's
literally
no
has scenes
AI
from
in it.
Weathering with You on a big TV in the city with an AI filter over it. It's not even a whoops, we forgot to take out the temp assets. It's theft, and they keep lying. Feel sorry for anyone that was involved without knowing about
It's
this,
so
or having
crazy.
already signed contracts without being able to back out.
Bro,
They were, wait, it's theft? I'm not sure I'm understanding. Man, I don't understand the context.
I would have never known until I didn't know until I saw that thing on Twitter after the stream. I guess like since I did it, I got pushed. Like a lot of stuff got pushed to me, and then people also added me with stuff. So I saw it, and I'm like, what the bro?
Okay, this is totally off topic, but maybe someone can understand or can explain to me. What is the appeal of the VTuber mouth with the part of the lip that like sticks down almost like a fang? I've seen that on a couple of VTubers, and I don't know why that's there. Maybe I don't know. I don't understand. I think I might be too tourist coded for this.
And they told my sponsor people. They told my sponsor people. They said no. They said we do not have AI in anything. There's no AI anywhere. And it's
I think it's pretty hard to make anything these days with saying there's no AI in anything. If you do a Google search, you get AI search results right at the top. Is that using AI to make your game? If you Google something and you use the information from the results given to you, I mean, technically it is. So say man. Though I suppose that is pretty different than actually going and generating some art asset and putting it in, or generating a script and just directly taking the script.
just like, why are you fucking lying, bro?
Now, really quick, if you're not familiar with this game, Neverness to Everness is one of the
Hey,
latest
that's me,
gacha
not
games
familiar.
having just released on April 29th, and people are calling it a sort of anime sci-fi GTA. As
Oh, it's a gacha game. Gotcha. That's why. That's probably why I don't play it or know about it. I ain't got money for no gacha game. Are you kidding me? And before someone comes in and says, "Oh, actually, it's free to play," yeah, free to start. Every gacha game ends up being just a jackpot or a slot machine simulator where you're hoping to get something that's actually good. I don't enjoy that gameplay.
you'll see in a moment as the video continues, opinions are pretty split on the whole AI usage part of all of this, but regardless of that, if NTE really did lie in business communications, obviously that's a bad move. Equally as obvious, I'm not accusing them of lying, I'm just saying hypothetically if they really did, that's obviously a bad thing. But
Yeah, I'm with Hirohei on that. I think I already said that, but if they did lie about it, then that's pretty messed up. That's bad. You shouldn't be lying about it. But I also don't think that people should be so hateful because they used AI to generate an image or something.
I haven't seen the communications, I don't know what was said specifically. We do have a post here that says the sponsor management actually lied and that this is an official statement from the devs. AI is only used on the poster and billboard as placeholders. Now, we'll take a look at this statement. I don't know how legit this is or isn't. We'll take a look at it though. But this also doesn't mean that they lied or didn't lie in communications. We don't know what the communications are, like I just said. So some public statement doesn't necessarily reflect what they may have said in private communications, which I'm sure everyone understands. But nevertheless, we have this that says, that gaming thing. Many projects are now promoting AIGC. What is the attitude of Shuhan towards AI in terms of technology and art? I'm laughing at my own horrible pronunciation of that.
What is AIGC? AI, artificial intelligence, GC, game content? Is that the GC?
That word, my bad. But Yang Lei then says, our bottom line is very clear and our core assets and character portraits will never touch AI. Second, game players buy emotional value, and everyone is very disgusted with spending money to buy industrial assembly line products. We will mainly use AI to run some atmosphere renderings to see if it is the feeling we want as preliminary work for finding references and a lot of trial and error.
Okay, so the idea that they don't use AI at all is just thrown out right there. Like, it doesn't prove that that they were honest about all of the content in the game, but it shows that there was at least some sort of public statement about them using AI as reference images. So there's going to be something.
Someone says, when was this interview taken? The OP says, this was a Q&A a few days before or after launch. The original...
Oh, before or after launch. Ooh, I guess that timing is pretty important if it was done after. If they had told them one thing before and then they changed their tune after it came out. Oof, that's pretty bad.
Original is on Bilibili, as far as I know. This is an English translation posted on Reddit. Other users saying thank you, and the OP providing the source of that interview over on gamersky.com. Now we'll take a look at some VAs who have also issued statements against NTE, starting with Kaylee Mills. And by the way, after that, we'll take a look at some of the parts of NTE that people are accused.
Why does anyone care what the VAs think? Honest question. Like, why? I don't understand why anybody really cares.
Of being AI generated. You'll be able to take a look and come to your own assessment. Starting with the response from English VA Kaylee Mills, who says, it's so important for the people who have the most power to speak up in situations like this. Very proud of Mouse and her team. I hope it leads to positive change. Duality in the responses to Kaylee, with one user saying, yeah, I stopped playing when I heard about AI. It's destroying everything, so I'm not going to support AI in anything. Conversely, at the top reads, she's played multiple games using generative AI. Most all games coming out in the future will use it because it's a great tool. This is just to appease a certain rabid type of crowd. You yourself voice in games that are using it, which is fine. Such performative BS.
Chuddius Maximus, absolute Chad God. Yes. Yes, Chuddius Maximus. Absolutely right. It's just performative BS for these people. And generative AI is an amazing tool. It is. It's phenomenal and can be used in so many different ways, to everything from helping you figure out how to fix a leaky pipe in your house to actually generating videos or I recently saw a Comfy UI workflow. You can generate an image, put that image into the workflow, and it will generate a complete 3D model of a character for you that you can then instantly rig up. So like game development there's so much that's going to be streamlined in game development because of generative AI. It's incredible.
Kaylee then adding 2 more takes onto her initial one that read, and by the way, I get why people don't speak up. Some may even have it in their contracts that they can't. Some are just afraid of losing work.
Or maybe because they don't speak up because what they have to say is kind of retarded.
More and more, I'm okay with losing work if it means standing on my principles.
On that part, good on her. Honestly, like genuinely, if you have a principle, and you should be willing to lose work to stand for it, right? Like that's absolutely true, or absolutely a good thing. I feel the same way. I have different principles, but I'm not going to sacrifice my principles for work. For instance, I work in software development. Been looking for a new job lately. There's not a ton of software development places that are hiring right now. Some places that are places that are hiring for like slot machines, gambling sites. I do not want to participate in that. I don't think it's some horrible 100% awful evil to gamble itself, but I do know how the excessive gambling in our culture is destroying families, and I don't want to be any part of that. So that's a principle that I have, and I will not work for those companies. So I think that that's great of Kaylee Mills, honestly. Stand on your principles. Everyone should.
Kaylee Mills talking about principles. Now that's funny. Going to the second post now, she continues and says, but I've also been through hell, and I know I can survive it, even though it felt impossible at first. There are too many amazing creators and properties with great people working on them to worry about being seen as unappealing to those who don't see me as malleable. Top responses to Kaylee, including, would you work with them if they remove the AI stuff? She says, yeah, I would. I believe in second chances and betterment, and the fact you're okay losing work to stand on your principles is awesome and deserves mad respect.
If she's honest about that, then yes, it does deserve respect.
She says, I also recognize it's a privilege and not something everyone can afford to do. Yeah, but when has Kaylee ever actually done that? It seems.
Yeah, I guess that's the question. Is she just saying she'll stand on her principles, or does she actually stand on principle?
Seems like she just takes the stance of whatever SAG-AFTRA demands of her. Another English VA.
Oh God, SAG-AFTRA.
Issued a somewhat vague statement that seems to be about NTE and all of this AI controversy. Specifically saying, I recently found out that a game I worked on has been using AI and has been dishonest about it. I want to be clear that I do not support generative AI in any creative field, including voiceover, art, writing, or music. If this is not addressed and removed, I will not be continuing work with this team.
You know, in a lot of ways, they are self-selecting themselves out of the field of work. They're selecting themselves out. They don't want people to be using generative AI, but when all of the voice actors say, oh, I'm not going to voice act for your game because you use AI in this way, well, then they're just going to use AI for the voiceovers too, or for the voice actors too. They don't realize that in doing this, they're actually, in a lot of ways, furthering the cause of generative AI.
Let's take a look at the top responses to this VA. We've got Emerald Apple at the top saying, oh, but coding and software development using AI is fine. Grow the heck up. It's 2026. It's time to get with the program and join the modern times.
Yeah, it's weird that people do seem to think that coding or software development is different and that AI should be used there, but not in other fields. Like the idea that that coding can't be an art form of its own. Like, I don't know why they think art, like visual art, is so special over any other sort of human creative creation. It's weird. It's weird to me. It's weird.
Bulwark right below that saying, I mean, you were paid, right? You gonna give the money back? And then we got Puro saying, since you now know that they were using AI and being dishonest, it's only right for you to return all the money paid for work you did. You wouldn't want your name to be attached to a horrible thing like AI, right? And
as far as that goes, I think if they were willing willing to make a deal to remove the voice actors' lines in exchange for giving the money back that they did for the work, then that would be pretty principled. But I don't think it's actually principled to be like, well, I don't support AI, therefore I'm going to do the work for free. No, that doesn't make sense. Come on, guys. Yeah, you're going a little weird with it.
All throughout the responses, it seems like most people are actually not supporting her take at all, pointing out various hypocrisies and stuff like that. Starting with this 34-second clip, we'll take a look at some examples of what people are saying is AI generated in game.
Competition. First, let's hear a few words from the organizer, Giovanni Dvorak.
Hello, everyone. I am Giovanni Dvorak. In this game, you just need to select what you want and bring them out safely. It's simple and fun. I know you're feeling nervous, just like when I was about to confess to my now wife.
Is this the part that's supposed to be AI?
Thank you, Mr. Giovanni. I hereby announce...
Yeah, the TV animation clip does look like AI, but the real crime here is playing
Yeah, it probably is.
in the English dub. That's obviously a joke baked in truth, but let's take a look at the duality in the responses here. We've got, ugh, I love the game. Why are they doing this? Conversely, good. I hope they keep doing this for tiny stuff that doesn't matter and is actually kind of funny so they have more time to focus on stuff that actually matters, like gameplay and story.
Absolutely. That's the thing, is that if you can use AI to streamline some processes, to make certain things faster, especially the things that don't matter, you want to generate an AI couch that sits in the background. Sure. Like, it's not going to be some magnificent art piece, no matter how much you pay someone to do it. You don't want it to be. It's supposed to just be a background piece. It's not supposed to be some big fanciful thing. Use it. Absolutely use AI. Use AI, generate that couch. Then you can focus your time on working on other things. Artists can focus their time working on things that are more interesting for them to be working on. Like, it genuinely is an amazing tool.
Hey boss, we're short on time. Can we just use AI to finish the segment faster? Yeah, sure, it's not a big segment, go for it. It's a non-issue. They're literally doing this to save time for more important parts. Things are getting strange though, because this response says there's a billboard that's just straight up scenes from Weathering with you, but with an AI filter on top of it. I really like this game and I'm enjoying it a lot, but wow, this is not a good look and it's so lazy. But this response says, when did you even record this, in the beta? Because it's not present on the current release. I check on the PC, console, and mobile version, and I don't see it. 3 more quick examples.
So either like they said, it was an art asset that was a temporary art asset that was removed, or the person took that image and then used AI to generate an image there to try and claim that there was AI in the game.
Here in this post on Reddit that says NTE and AI ? Showing the first example, second example, and the third example. My bad, it actually got cut off a little bit, I see in post-production. Let me show you one more time. First example, second example, third example. There's also a 2-minute fight scene animation that's currently also a point of contention, with some people debating if there's AI use in that fight scene animation or not. But it's also a bit out of the scope of this video, because a lot of that discourse is simply people arguing about how good of a gacha fight scene it is. Some people saying it's the best they've ever seen in a gacha game, other people saying it's not.
Well, I mean, you absolutely can get good anime style fight scenes and stuff using AI these days, especially with Sea-Dance. So, no, I wouldn't be surprised.
So like I said, a bit out of the scope of this video.
Okay.
This is to say that that's like all the main stuff. Let me know what you think about the latest. And if you think the statements people are making have validity to them, or if you think people are blowing this stuff way out of proportion, or what.
I think that a lot of the people that are commenting on this and saying that AI bad are actually using AI in several ways in their life and maybe don't even realize it. I think that it's pretty silly. They're being pretty silly and inconsistent, that they aren't really standing on any specific morals or principles. And as far as voice actors, English voice actors go, for these sorts of games, yeah, they have a pretty bad rap. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is just another virtue signaling, please don't come for me, I'm one of the good ones kind of thing that they're doing. But I think the tide's shifting on AI. As people get more used to it, people find ways to integrate it into their own lives and find use out of it. And I'm not talking like AI boyfriend, girlfriend stuff. I mean like actually using it as a resource. As people are using it to better their lives, I think they're coming around on it. Anyways, well, I guess that was that video. Thank you, Mr. Hirohei, for filling us in on Ironmouse's situation, as well as the rest about NTE. What was it called? Nevermore to Evermore. Now I'm gonna go watch Nuxtaku's video on this same topic. I'm curious to see his thoughts on it. Maybe he'll change my mind. Anyways, take it easy.